Start your computations.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be making earrings out of Crayola brand air dry clay. I know you guys asked for the brand a lot in my last earring video, but yeah, it is Crayola brand. And we're also going to be using eye hooks and the fish hook earrings and some little sculpty thingies from Michaels. They're pretty cheap, I think. Some water, a paintbrush to smooth things out too. These are just about all the materials you'll need. An X-Acto knife if you have one, that's optional though. Pliers and wire cutters. I believe that's what they are called. So some of these earrings are going to be holiday themed, some are not. The basis of this video is pretty much just going to be for experimentation. I'm just trying to find some new earring designs. So I might put them on Depop, I might keep some for myself, I have no idea, as of now. So to start, I open up the eye pins with my pliers. I'm barely remembering these words. And then I put the fish hook in the hole like so, like that. And then I close it with the pliers. And there we go. And I just keep doing that over and over until the skin on my fingers starts to erode away because of how many times I did it. Yay! But yeah, generally I like to do a lot at once so I don't have to like make them all one at a time as I'm making the earrings. I think blocking it out like that just makes things easier in my head and in my life for efficiency purposes. I don't know, that's just how I do it. But yeah, after that, after I have all these bad boys done, I take my wire cutters and I make them actually pretty short because usually my earrings are tiny little babies and I like to just stick these thingies in them without going through the entire earring and poking out at the end, if that makes sense. Sometimes if I end up making bigger earrings, I will make some on the spot that are longer, but like that's as needed. I don't usually do that often. I think for these earrings, I'm just gonna make them look terrible. Minimalist. Let me get it started, baby, with the robins. And you gotta make sure that both of the earrings are symmetrical, or else. I mean, they don't, are you okay? They don't have to be symmetrical, but if that's what floats your boat, that's what you gotta do. So I'm gonna start out with the head. You just gotta roll it up nice and smooth with your hands. Add some water if you want. I'm not going to, but you can if you want. Just like the last clay earring video I made, just, you know, tedious adding or subtracting of clay so they are symmetrical. I think these are going to be cursed. I think that's the look we're going for. Just so I can save the room. Ooh. There we go. I want these to look cursed, but not like a child made them, you know? I'm just trying my best. And you see that little mark right there? What I'm gonna do is take a brush, dip a little bit into water, and smooth it out. Like literally the smallest amount of water. That was a little too much. I haven't made earrings in so long because I've been so busy with like college applications, but I think I'm finally getting them sorted out. So that's fun. I think some of these are gonna be festive earrings and some of them just aren't. I don't know what they'll be yet. And sometimes when you squish the clay, there's little, I like to think of them as stretch marks. But you can blend it away with the water as well. All right.
Or a reflection with a careful tension. When embarrassing faction, we can't get any close without touching. I said, I can't put my hand there without going through it. Without us both going through it. And they say the day dies when you meet your match, so you probably hope that I cut you some slack, and that wouldn't be too bad if I didn't have to eat. But if I can't sleep in the shower, maybe get out. 'Cause now I know the difference. Now I know the difference. It's all gone by the morning. You know you man always want more in the morning. You're hey, my good God, yeah, you feel so smooth when you come through. I see you on the next page in the wreckage of the family flames, handing out the blankets to the family's brain. Baby, I'm a young lover down on my luck, undercover as a stick in the mud. I'm a fixer-upper, and if you're a nipper tucker, well, I can be your partner, man. I can be your partner like Janet Chris.
So these little guys look pretty good to me. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes if it's too big, I cut the eye hooks as needed so they're longer. So that's what I did for these, because they are quite large. And then when I violently stab them with the eye hooks, I like to make sure that they don't end up like sticking out the back or the front or like puncturing it in any way. So you just gotta be mindful about that, because it is possible that that will happen. So you gotta make sure it goes straight down and not like diagonal or at an angle or anything. Next, I decided to make some peppermints because like that's kind of Christmassy, right? Candy, red and white. Is that a Christmas color combination? I don't know, but I thought it would be cool. So my next idea was to try and sculpt the head of the other mother from Coraline, but I was like, wait, I do not have that much skill. So I just settled for some buttons, cause like, that's still cool, right? So yeah, this was very tedious. It was like, oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. But I got it done. They're not like perfect, but I like them. I didn't know what other Christmas stuff to make, so I just thought I would make some little elf dudes with the little elf hats. They kind of look like traffic cones, but that's besides the point. I think they're sexy, and you should too. They turned out alright as well. Look at that. Next, I decided to make some smaller peppermint earrings just because I looked at the other ones and I was like, are these accurate? And I just wanted to see which one would be easier in terms of painting and stuff. Next, I decided to make some peaches, and then I was like, wait, Animal Crossing peaches. So yeah, they're not 100% accurate. I know the leaves are supposed to be like folding outwards instead of inwards, but I think I made it work. I'm probably gonna make some more of these in the future and sell them on Depop just because they're so freaking cute. Also, I didn't realize until like after I made them, but I do live in Georgia, which is the peach state, so I feel like people here would even buy them like locally. I usually just let these dry overnight because I tend to make them at night, but if I do them in the morning, I'll wait at least like 8 hours to actually start painting them and stuff. So I'm gonna be back in the morning to finish them up, but here's what they look like. It's now the next day, made evident by my clothes changing, and now what I'm doing is just taking some jewelry glue and making sure that the clay sticks to the metal parts because you don't want it falling off. Now, sometimes if it's multiple pieces like the Santa hat, things will fall apart, but like I just did, you can just stick things back together with the glue. Now, what I would recommend doing is wearing gloves. For that exact reason. You do not want it touching your skin. The good thing about it is that it dries really slowly and it's really sticky. The bad thing about it is that it's really sticky, and when it touches your skin, it can make it a really like hard consistency. I don't know. Long story short, just don't get jewelry glue on your skin because it is so uncomfortable and takes a very long time and a lot of effort to get out of your skin. So yeah, wear some gloves, learn from my mistakes. But now I'm just finishing up dipping these in the glue and sticking them back into the earring. Now I'm getting my paint water and my palette ready for painting my beloved acrylic palette, which I will one day peel and it will be so satisfying. Since I had a class in like 20 minutes, I just decided to paint everything that I planned to be red. The funny thing about me painting is that I hold a paintbrush alright. I hold that pretty normally, but like a pencil or anything else like that I use for writing, I just hold it like a caveman. I mean, I'm an alright painter and I'm an alright illustrator too, but I just cannot hold a pencil. I don't know why. Like, it works for me, but I know I'm doing it wrong. But yeah, notice how correctly I am holding that paintbrush. And if you've ever seen me holding a pencil or a pen or whatever in action, you know that it looks like caveman. I am caveman. Oh yeah, and I was just so smart for putting the not yet dry clay on top of where I drew stuff. that was just such a big brain move of me. But yeah, it doesn't really affect anything because like it's getting painted over anyway, but like for the sake of aesthetically pleasing stuff, I'm so sorry. I apologize. And you will notice that the earrings that I just painted will be disappearing. I'm actually just hanging them up on this string that I tied around my desk. So yeah, that's where they're going. Paint wise, I think the best way to go is with super cheap paint. I like to get those tubes of De La Rowney paint from Walmart. I know they're like $2 per tube and they get the job done. In other earring making videos I've seen, I know people have used acrylic wash. I think the brand is either Arteza or a Holbein. I'm not sure. I don't know how I could get those two confused, but it's one of those two brands. And that seems to be working pretty well, and I might actually invest in some of that stuff soon because while acrylic paint is good, I feel like acrylic wash would probably come on smoother. Like, that's just the vibe I get. I don't know how true that is though. And you may notice that I'm going on top of other things just to make sure that everything is precise. So that's a pro with acrylic paint, so you can just paint over any mistakes you make, but it does add a bit more texture to it, if that makes sense. I don't know if the camera quality is picking up on it, but it does build up and you can kind of feel the texture and see it as well. Another pro tip, don't use watercolor or gouache to paint earrings because if you're using any kind of fixative spray, then it will smear around, and don't use Sharpies either because they will do something very similar. So just stick to acrylic paint if you can. As you can see, I've just about finished painting my earrings, so I've loaded them onto this contraption, a monster of a contraption made from chopsticks and a necklace holder, and even though it was cold and rainy outside, I went out to spray them because spraying earrings outside, even in bad weather, is better than spraying them inside. Now, I'm gonna use this glossy finish spray that I got from Walmart. I'm pretty sure it's about $4 and it lasts a very, very long time. All you gotta do is shake it up a little bit and then it should be ready to go. So I like to just spray it a little bit like I'm doing here, and then I'll come back like an hour later after they've pretty much dried and then do another coat. The reason I don't spray that much is because I know I'll be coming back. Basically, I just spray a little bit on each side and I don't want to do too much because if you spray too much at one time, then it'll drip down and form this little drip of gloss at the bottom of your earring, and it is very not sexy. Alright y'all, I had to wait like 3 days for the sun to come out just so I could film this part, but here's how all the earrings looked. These are the peach ones. I actually lost one of them. Some squirrel or something took them while they were sitting outside for like a second, so I'm down to one peach earring, but I will definitely be making more. Also, I used my sister to model for these because she is less ugly than I am. So, you know, I'm taking advantage of the pretty people in my household. And I know these aren't perfect, but they're pretty much just first, drafts, I guess, for the earrings, and just tests for me to see if I want to continue making some of these. The buttons were actually my favorite just because they're so reminiscent of Coraline, and I love Coraline and Tim Burton movies. And the Santa ones, they are very heavy, and my sister can contest to that, but they're kind of cute, not gonna lie. Alright, we're about at a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting my art. It really means so much. And let me know if you want to see more earring making videos because I would be down for that. I really love making earrings. So yeah, my Depop is in the description, and as always, 50% is being donated to the NAACP. Alright, now y'all enjoy the rest of your day, night, whatever time it is. And remember, I love you guys so much. Bye.